Atkunda Vincent. Apart from IT, I'm an advocate at Kampala Youth Advocacy and Development Network, and we do advocate for sexual reproductive health and rights for young people, then economic empowerment and budget. As an active citizen facilitator, I've faced a challenge of diversities in languages, whereby we have to engage the participants in ghetto areas in Kampala, and by localizing the content and topics within the SC, the Active Citizen Module program. So I've faced that challenge whereby I have to translate from English to Luganda, then from Luganda to other languages. So that since I joined Kyadnet, I was not empowered, but now I'm empowered. I can talk for other young ladies. I can advocate for them, like on their issues they are facing in their communities. As an active citizen member, I've requested the British Council to work with Kampala Youth Advocacy and Development Network, like the way we've been doing, and in case there was another project to involve us, so that since they've been helping us through funding, and all thanks goes to British Council for the work they have been doing. So I remain as Atkunda Vincent, Kampala Youth Advocacy and Development Network.
Manyaganga Kivumbe Moses, wala mu bicupa baleeta wano ningula bisi n'engende mu myala enkuba webeeto nnyini n'ezijayo ki n'ezijayo ebicupa emyala gireme kuzibikira bizinesi yange eno ngiruddemu akabanga buli kiro bagula nusu bisatu naye kati yo eri tufuna kasente akaweeraweerako naye kakati embeera ya covid eyajja kati kakati bagula nusu bisatu olusi bibiri olusi 15 nga olaba bino eno weebiti nembyoza nembipaakinga muki mu butimba kati nabino nabiri nebino biri neno ngenda bijjayo biteeke wano eno naye bakula nabyo mbitunda siku ebibokisi nabyo mbitunda ebiveera Kyadnet yandibadde nnyamba.
My name is Mwima Mbakal Jr., a community mobilizer, one of the beneficiaries of Kyadnet under the Active Citizen project. I linked up with Kyadnet 1 year back, and I've achieved a lot from Kyadnet. Kyadnet has tried to equip me with a lot of knowledge, also the sexual reproductive health and rights, and given me more of the skills about the advocacy, budget advocacy, SRHR advocacy. I have gained a lot from Kyadnet, but more so in my line of work, which is mobilization. Kyadnet has continuously equipped me with the mobilization skill, communication skills, to make sure that I communicate properly to the young people, because young people have always had issues, they have always had challenges with information, which has led them to, kind of have a lot of challenges. I lack, physical things that probably you need to use, like the branded t-shirts, the megaphones. Sometimes an activity needs these bigger public address systems, which I don't have, and it becomes really hard. Megaphone is for hire, and sometimes you need to put in money to hire it, which really you don't have, so it becomes hard to do the mobilization. And another one is like sometimes the community doesn't want to even listen to what you're saying, because probably maybe you're not branded, like I said, and then you find that it's very hard for you to explain further, which makes the work very hard. One of the things I would recommend for Active Citizen or British Council and Kyadnet to really focus on so much is that they should, improve the IEC materials, the information, education and communication materials, the t-shirts to really bring out the picture very well of the project, also to voice these IEC materials, the information which is on the IEC material. They put it in recording so that the community can really pick out them. I have gained a lot from Kyadnet, but more so in my line of work, which is mobilization. Kyadnet has continuously equipped me with the mobilization skill, communication skills, to make sure that I communicate properly to the young people, because young people have always had issues, they have always had challenges with information, you know, which has led them to, you know, kind of have a lot of challenges, more so the SRS. I would like to conclude by thanking British Council for really bringing out this project, though it was short, but it really impacted, you know, a few young people's life. I would also like to thank Kyadnet for making sure this project came down to the ground, because if it didn't come to the ground, I would have not really developed my skills of mobilization and communication like I did. I want to thank you, British Council. Thank you so much.
Kyadnet kituyigiriza tutandikira naye twetaaga ekyo etufuna ng'ebyuma ne tubeera nga tukola tukozesa, naye obuzibu obukirimu kyetaaga nga tugende ng'obufunyi ng'obwo abakukwatirako ne batuwa ekyuma ne tubeera nga tukozesa. Era gano golaba wegakala gafaanana bwe gati, kirala walimu nga bw'ogalaba nga walimu ebuga, walimu ebita by'amatooke, buli kimu.
My name is called VIDEO4. I work with Kampala Youth Advocacy and Development Network as the Finance and Admin Officer. Take this opportunity to thank British Council for building my capacity and our staff's capacity when it comes to active citizens module. Still, I would appreciate British Council for choosing Kampala Youth Advocacy and Development Network to be one of those people implementing their projects. I would still appreciate British Council who pass through Kyadnet so that we can impact on the members of our communities deep in the slums, more so in kinawataka zone. After being trained, we didn't sit on our skills as facilitators. We tried our level best so that we could train the young people in the communities we serve, more so kinawataka zone. In this, I really gained a lot of experience dealing with different people with different interests, people with different languages, people with different levels of understanding. I really understood how best I could deal with them through the basic education project. And still the same project, we were able to be exposed to different platforms in this different communities have called upon our beneficiaries to go and train them when it comes to things to do with urban farming, things to do with briquette making, and this is a plus for the organization and the person at large. The other one of the challenges that I faced while dealing with the communities is that the community members really wanted us to move with them for at least 5 to 4 years with them, because they really needed the project. The project benefited them a lot when it comes to creating awareness about about climate change, when it comes to impacting them with skills on how to come up with social action projects
that they can sustain for themselves without even money. Some of the achievements that we have gotten as a network, one is that young people were exposed to attain skills of talking to radio stations. And for example, we had 2 radio talk shows that were carried out on Mama FM. Here, young people in the community of Kinawataka, young people were able to come and share the best practices they have done in the lockdown, so that other young people outside there could copy from them. The other achievements that we've gotten as a network is that young people were able to come up with social action projects, and some of them we have young people doing briquette making, others are doing urban farming, others are collecting plastics and they are selling them, getting money out of these plastics. So which is creating employment opportunity for them, so they are earning a living out of that. And yes, the other achievements that we got is that these young people were exposed to different people that they had not yet been exposed to. For example, they were able to interact with the staff of Kyadnet and also the member organizations for the network. I recommend British Council to do for the network so that we address some of these challenges. One is that we request British Council to see how best they could provide for us or give us more projects that would run for 5 years, because these projects, our beneficiaries in the community really need them because they help them. As we are trying to do all these engagements in the community, we request that the British Council team could come on the ground and fully interact with the people that we have been trained, so that they really see the impact we are doing on them.
My name is Bosco Ouma Komboni. I am a citizen of Kinawataka, and I am the LC1 of the youth in this zone, right from ever since I started seeing Kyadnet until last month when I had to hand over. So I've been with Kyadnet. We have been having a number of engagements. I've been into most of the engagements in this community, and besides that, they trained me also as an active citizen because I'm also a youth. So they made me an active citizen, and in this they trained us so that we are able to identify issues in our communities, like problems facing the communities in general. So then if we identify the problem, we inform the office concerned. Like for example, if like there is a water pipe which is broken and needs to be repaired, I can call as an active citizen, I can call National Water and Sewerage Corporation, they fix the problem. If the trenches and maybe there's a lot of rubbish in the community, I call the KCCA and then they come take the rubbish. So that is basically what we, the active citizens, will do. So this Kyadnet has done a big job in this community. That's why I really recommend as also a leader in this village. So, yeah, they are training people with a number of projects. I'm seeing some youths up there at near the police station, they doing urban farming. Some women are right in Katogo doing paper bags. They collect paper bags from rubbish from trenches, they wash them and then take them, they sell for recycling. We have teams which are doing collecting plastic bottles. They also ask, they continue, because we as the youth, we still need more of such projects being implemented into the community. We have so many youths who are not yet engaged, especially when it comes to social action projects. We need more youths to be trained so that more implementations are made, so that this Kinawataka will have a more diversified economy. With that, I really thank Kyadnet and the British Council for the implementation.
Erinnya lyange bampita Obusinge Prose. Anedinga emirimu gino gye tukola. Obuveera buno twagenda okusanga nga bwo tebuvunda. Ate already bungi muno mu Uganda yaffe. Bungi buli wamu wonna weebuli. Waliwo ekitongole bakiyita Kyadnet kye kyatuzimba ekituyigiriza okukola ebintu bino. Omulimu guno gwo togwogera nako. Abaana mwe basomera, mwe balya, mwe bambalira, mwe tulabirira n'abazadde baffe, abakadde baffe abali eyo ki mu byalo naye kati embeera gye tulimu ate tetwemalirira singa kiba kikomyewo ne kitusitulamuko ne tuba nga tuli ku mutindo gwa waggulu okusinga wano we tuli tubeera tubukuŋŋaanya ne tubwoza ne tubutwala egayaza we wali kampuni kati eyo gye batugula naye emiwendo ekyali wansi tuyita mu kunyigirizibwa kakati bwe twafuna chansi ne tufuna nga waliwo kampuni esobola okubugula butwale ebyemu ebintu ebirala byekola nga tanka ebyo bipayipu bidomola bibaafu kale plasitiki zonna ziva mu buveera buno kati tusaba ekitongole kya British Council esobole okwongera mu kitongole ekyo ekya Kyadnet ekyongeremu amaanyi naffe kisobole okuba nga kitusitula tweyongereko kubanga kyetukola ndowooza kiyamba ffenna ng'eggwanga.
My name is Christine Nembabas. I am an SC facilitator with Kyadnet Uganda. I am privileged to have been one of the chosen active citizens facilitators. In addition, there's community engagement, which was very key on my side. I was able to appreciate the diversity of the people, the different cultures, different backgrounds, different capacities of the people, the different communities, how they appreciate and understand life. In addition, my communication skills have gone to another level. This came in when we had to use method mix for the languages, the English of course, and then also using the local languages, that is Luganda. It was quite interesting to note that it couldn't have been a success if only the English was used. Lastly, I very much would like to thank British Council for sponsoring the initiative. It's been one of a kind. It's the first time I had heard about it and been able to interact with it, and I believe for any community that wants to see positive change, this is the way to go. I'm not forgetting Kyadnet Uganda for mentoring me, for seeing the good in me and recruiting me and bringing me on board as one of the facilitators.
I am Raymond Ryoka, the coordinator of Kampala Youth Advocacy and Development Network, a network of partners working with young people on issues in the SR, sexual productive health, environment, and the economic empowerment in Kampala. The network, which is now 5 years old, has a membership of 35 CSOs and community-based organizations and the youth groups, and these are the partners whom we bring together to leverage but also jointly implement programs that empower young people in communities, especially in hard-to-reach communities in the city like slums. The network, which is run under the coordination mechanisms of the division coordinators, helps to empower these young people, to support them in improving their lives in the city. We have been implementing the Active Citizens project supported by the British Council, which project has remarkably gained a lot of achievements for the young people in Kampala, in the city, especially these young people who have been affected by the impact of COVID-19, especially the lockdown, where they were affected greatly, and British Council came on board to support them to build their capacity on promoting basic education, on how they can leverage on their environmental strengths and use the community where they are to empower themselves to strengthen the collaborations they do and the activities they do to address the impact of COVID-19. On behalf of the network, which I coordinate, Kyadnet, I take the opportunity to appreciate British Council for the great efforts in empowering these hard-to-reach communities in the slums of Kampala. These young people have been empowered enough through this project of active citizens that now they can amplify their voices to their local leaders and holding the local leaders accountable for the services they need. Most importantly, in the times of COVID-19, we have seen a great multitude of young people being affected by the COVID-19 without basic education, without services. But because of this project and the formation of the SAPs in the communities where they are, for example, the young people in the community are now recycling, collecting wastes and recycling them into economically viable products. They are making mats, which they are selling out. They are making crafts, which they are selling out to earn a living. But also, most importantly, creating awareness about the importance of protecting the environment, conserving the environment, and engaging the local leaders. So this is one of the ironical benefits of the project. Secondly, these SAPs, for example, making briquettes, which we have helped these young people to use the wastes from the communities to empower themselves, but also creating awareness about the need for proper waste management, but also proving their skills on engaging the duty bearers in the community. So this has been earmarked as one of the best engagements. When I took support supervision to visit the communities and see the groups, what they are doing, I met one of the community leaders, who is the police officer, who told us that because of the project, there has been a reduction in the crime rates in the areas where they are. Because this is in the ghetto, in the city slums. But these now youths are now more active. Instead of going to do robbery, they are now collecting wastes and collecting bottles, whom they are now using to gain income. But also, more importantly, they are creating awareness about the basic education interventions for the communities to make them out of the scenario where the community is affected by the impact of dumping. So these awareness campaigns have been important and supported by the British Council, and we believe as stakeholders they have helped these young people transform themselves. As an organization which I lead and as a manager, I've seen a great change in the staff in relation to capacity building because of the strength of the facilitators that the project have been empowering. Our champions of change that the organization British Council has been empowering, training, building capacity. They have seen a great improvement. One, in report writing. Now the team can easily produce quality reports. Secondly, the tools that they are using, because of the techniques that the British Council empowered them, they can now get document reports, but also come up with tangible indicators and targets, which have been met. So, which are helping us, these tools, in our documentation, and also helping our systems in improving the way we disseminate information and reports. So, these are the key areas that I appreciate the British Council as the organization and then as a manager, but also as a coordinator of other networks of partners, who these partners have been supported building a capacity in transformative approaches that the British Council has helped these communities. So thank you, British Council. We look forward as an organization that if you can have more, this was a short project, so it has got a great marriage. Even up to now, the communities are asking us, where are we? Why? Because the project has ended. So we call upon for a longer term programming by British Council, because these small projects are proved to be transformative for the community. So we call upon British Council to support us more, to bring more resources to help build the capacity of more players. Not only in the city of Kampala, Uganda has more than 15 cities, and our network reaches all the cities, because now we are establishing regional coordination structures in West Nile, in Karamoja, in the east, in Winyoro, So we call upon British Council for support to extend the services to other cities in the country. We want to reach more 7 cities the next 4 or 5 years. So we need a program to help us reach there, to empower more young people in other cities. Also learn from these, so that the young people who are transformative in Kampala can change the lives of other city youth in other cities, in other districts, regions where we are operating. So we call upon for more support, but also for capacity building to strengthen our operations, helping our systems, helping with the tools for reporting, effective documentation, but most importantly, capacity building on strengthening our members, because we're a network of partners. So our partners need more trainings, because the project couldn't cover all of them, but we believe when we get more support, it will help us to cover more, building capacity of more partners on board. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryoka Raymond, the coordinator Kyadnet Uganda, British Council, and Reigns. The environment protection with the green gardens I see around. There is crime reduction because some of the youth have been engaged and transformed mentally instead of engaging in those activities that we conflict with the law. And really, we do appreciate as police, as me, as the person in charge of the area, and we urge the British Council to engage more, fund more the Kyadnet Uganda so that they can keep up with the good work. Thank you so much.